Hi everyone, I'm Kim and welcome back to my channel, This Foodie's Life. I want to say right away before I forget, thank you for all the love in my last 3 videos. I've gained quite a few new subscribers and I've got some wonderful comments and some likes. That's not necessarily why I make videos. I think that probably the fully true reason, besides the fact that my husband and I do like to look back at these videos, some of them do help hold us accountable in some areas in our life. And obviously, in case something happens to one or the other of us or both of us, well, I guess if both of us, it won't matter. One or the other of us will have these videos to hang on to, because I make other videos that I don't make public. I try to make a plan every week to make videos, whether we're talking, walking, watching TV, doing something out in the world, and that I make videos of it. And those don't necessarily go public, but just kind of something for him to look back on if something happens to me, and something for me to look back on if something happens to him. And the other reason that I make videos is I've noticed that a lot of people have inspired me, and they've given me hope, and they've taught me things and shown me things that are necessary, I think, that I was missing, that I was doing without, that I didn't know before, and that have really improved my life, inspired me to do different things in my life. And it's come from YouTube, and it's come from people that are creators of YouTube videos. And so I'm never ending can say how thankful I am for YouTube and all of the creators and all the different channels that I subscribe to, that I really enjoy watching the videos that some of these people make. I will list some of my favorites in the show notes. I have many more, but we'll list my favorites that I learn something from every week or every month whenever I take the time to watch a YouTube video. And I guess I would like to offer out, if there's something that I can offer out, whether it's hope, my life experience, easy cooking things, a new recipe that I tried, something new that I found in the store, whatever the case may be, that I would like to offer that out. I'm not here, to be famous or to become a videographer or anything like that, although I think all those things are wonderful. And I obviously have nothing but admiration for people that make a living out of this, that have a home business out of this, and that, that themselves and their partner in that can just do YouTube. I think that that's wonderful. It's certainly a challenging thing to do. It's a full-time thing to do for people that are interested in it, in that aspect. For me, it's a hobby. And it is interesting. I would like to be better at it, but mostly for myself and my husband, when we look back in the videos, I might like a little better quality. And as far as for everybody out there in the world, I guess I just like to make a bunch of videos that turn out right, where I think, I showed somebody something that has some benefit to it, or I gave somebody hope. I think that's all that I really make videos for when I want to release them to the public, that I hope that I've said something or done something that adds a little value to your life. And so thank you for watching my videos and making comments on them. I hope that I help people. Maybe I inspired people. Maybe I just generally let you know exactly, who's here behind this channel. And I appreciate all of it. So without further ado, my grocery haul this week is kind of a weekly grocery haul plus. We bought some few things that were extra, that were on clearance or that were on sale. The total for our groceries was a little over $400, more than we've spent in a long time. We have been able to make it through some of our financial shortfalls with me selling online and just being a little bit more resourceful. I am learning a few more things by watching YouTube videos and with some of the channels that I will refer to in the show notes, of when to buy certain things and just to let other certain things go, wait a little while to buy something, and not always just go out of the house and I've got to have all this and I've got to bring home all this. Sometimes the price, the timing just isn't right. Just wait a little while, the price may go down. You don't need it, you didn't need it that bad anyways. You can do without it for a week or whatever. And I guess, it's been a while since we've been that thrifty or frugal, and it doesn't hurt you to be that way. Going forward, I'm going to be in my 60 in a year, and then after that 5 years or possibly a little longer, collecting if Social Security is still around. And so my husband and I are going to need to learn how to be a lot more frugal, a lot more thrifty. So a lot of my videos going forward will be made for my husband and I to remind ourselves and hold ourselves accountable to be thriftier, more frugal, and then maybe to give out some inspiration or hope or some experience of my own out into the videos that I release as public videos. So without further ado, let's look at the haul. Okay, we'll start here. We bought a set of boots, work boots for my husband. For years we bought them at shoe stores for real expensive. I mean, every brand that you can think of that would be good for someone that's going to stand on concrete for 10 hours and most of them, if not all of them, lasted for about 3 months. So after spending $600-700 a year on work boots that were not reimbursed, I found these with good reviews at Walmart. They were $19.99 at the time. That was years ago. Now I think they're closer to $40. They're called Interceptor Tactical Footwear, and they work great. They last 6 months. Then we got a safe. I read on the internet some time back that office products are generally at a good price. At this time of the year, when school starts back in, we got this safe, which is regularly close to $60 for $28. And this HP Desk Jet, which is regularly $89 for $38, which was on an end cap. So I needed that. My printer has something wrong with it. I'm going to try to fix it, and if it doesn't get fixed, I'm going to need a backup, as I run several labels off a week for things that I sell on eBay. So happy to have that. And we got some things in the over-the-counter department, some Pepto-Bismol. We like to have one of those in the house at this time of the year as we go into fall. We've got some heartburn medication. That's the kind that I have now since ranitidine went off the market months ago, and that'll last me to the end of the year. 14 tablets for $6.98. This works better than Gas-X. 12 tablets for $3.98. Enough ibuprofen to last a year. 1,000 caplets under $15. Some lubricant eye drops, 30 individual vials. I know that they had a recall on lots of eye drops not too long ago, so I know that Equate wasn't one of the brands, so I got that. And that was under $5. Magnesium citrate helps you go to the bathroom. If you're somebody that isn't, physically active every day, all day, it works really well. I have 100 milligrams twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evening. So I've got 100 days of that. Works great. Each one of those are under $6 at Walmart. Bought some rubbing alcohol. Got some Bob's Red Mill unbleached white all-purpose flour, because I only have probably 2 pounds of flour left. We got some Cliff Bars for hubby's lunch. These little drink things for my husband. Doesn't necessarily like pure water, so I guess he puts these drops in. Some mozzarella. I've got some leftover marinara sauce, so I want to make up homemade lasagna, so I needed one of these. My husband used to eat, and has been eating for years, ham. All of a sudden he decided to have some hard salami and loves it, so new lunch meat for him. That was just under $5. This was $5.48. I mainly use plant butter, even though I'm a big butter lover. When it comes to making cookies, I use plant butter. So I make a great peanut butter cookie and a great chocolate chip cookie. That's a little crispy around the edges, soft in the center, very tasty. Never has that weird milky or buttery aftertaste. It's just a really clean, good tasting cookie. And I use Country Crock plant butter. My husband used to use, when he used to do all the baking, Country Crock like baking sticks or something like that. But they don't sell those anymore. They went and started producing plant butter, and I love it and wouldn't be without it. Oftentimes when we go to Walmart, we can't find it. So each one of these was $3.50. Got the lasagna noodles. The Barilla was cheaper this time than the other brand that was there, and there was no great value. I know one thing that I've noticed shopping lately is the great value brands of things are disappearing in our local Walmarts. I don't know about yours, but we're left with a lot of the name brand stuff all of a sudden, and the great value brand, not so easy to find. And the store shelves, there was a lot of bare store shelves. And this was a bigger Walmart that we went to tonight, so not sure what's going on there. Some Yoplait yogurt. These are 72 cents for me. My husband still has yogurt left from the last time we went shopping. Here's the ricotta cheese. There's only 3 of these left. There was no other brand, and just 3. I used to use Chef Boyardee pizza sauce, and that's all that I used for most of my life, if not all of my life. And we happened to look at the ingredients on this great value pizza sauce, and it's just perfectly clean ingredients. Tomato puree, tomato paste, a little bit of soybean oil, which I don't really care for, but it's a little bit, some salt, some spices. It doesn't mention if it has onion or garlic. I've ate it a couple of times. I've had no issue. It's, I think, healthier than Chef Boyardee. It is really tasty. So I got 6 jars of that, and they were $1.52 or $1.58 a piece. We got some Aunt Nellie's pickled beets. These were $2.68 a jar. My husband likes these with salad. I tried to convince him to get the healthier stuff, but when we looked on the back of the label of the healthy salad toppings, they were 130 calories, and on the back of these, it is only 30 calories. So sometimes buying something that kind of looks crappy, that looks like it wouldn't be healthy, is actually healthier for you than the really healthy stuff in the store. If you ever have kind of a upset stomach or a lot of inflammation, I looked around for years for different teas, and I tried all kinds of different teas, and this really works for me. So not being a doctor or diagnosing you or proposing you use anything, but if you are a ginger eater or user, if you know what, you've tried it before and stuff like that, I don't have it with lemon or anything like that in it, just this. Helps with your digestion, helps if you have a little stomach ache, if you suffer from inflammation in the gut like I do. I have a glass or a cup of this, and it's gone within 30 minutes. So I trust it. It's worked. I was out, needed to buy some more. Yep, my husband eats manwich. He doesn't like the homemade stuff that I do, where I just take the ground beef. You can sometimes, if you want, use tomato soup. I always just used ketchup and mustard and brown sugar and salt and pepper. Stirred it up into the ground beef and called it Sloppy Joe. He doesn't like that at all. So manwich, and he probably eats manwich twice a year, but that's what he prefers. Skippy creamy peanut butter, that was $7.48. I think the manwich we used to get for about $1, and now it's almost $2.50. The coffee was 14 something. They didn't have any great value of any type of coffee, so no great value coffee, period. No other brand of coffee but Folgers today. So that was $15, $16, $14, $15, $16. Expensive, but we buy one of these every 6 months. So it was time to buy one, and there it is. It'll last us for 6 months. We always buy the 80 freezer bags, not the 40 or the 60. This is something like $4.64 or whatever for 80 freezer bags. This will last us until the end of the year. Mr. Clean, they had a rollback on him. 9 pads were cheaper than just buying the 4. So I got this for 5 something. Kitty needed his food. Still at 91 or 92 cents a can, but if you buy it this way, it's $10.56 for a 12-pack. So he was happy to get that. We'll go over here. We got 2 bread. I did look at different breads as far as wheat breads or whatever for my husband. We even looked at wraps, putting a sandwich and lunch sandwich in wraps to see if that would be healthier for him, and it's not. Actually, even though wraps each the bread and the wraps each have 2 grams of sugar, wraps have way more carbs than the bread. So we're going to stick with bread, and then we're going to try some salads and stuff. We're still working on that to try and see what we can make him for lunch to get away from having a sandwich every single time. Pretzels are a snack in the house. Those were $2.68 a bag, 1 bag. Some produce. I got some peaches for $1.98 a pound. I got 4 of them. The Roma tomatoes were 89 cents a pound, and they're awful small. The bananas were 52 cents a pound, so we got a few of those. There was no greens that I like. It was basically, I think, all total, the boxes were all empty. There might have been 20 bananas there, and so, but we went later in the evening, so hopefully somebody stocks them tomorrow. We got, if there was 20, we got 7 of the 20. Got my favorite lettuce. I wouldn't even eat lettuce if I couldn't find this. Believe it or not, for years I was a junk food junkie. Yeah, not so much takeout or restaurant or whatever, but I did work in restaurants for years, and I have ate a lot of fried food in my time. But, just junk food like Chef Boyardee, SpaghettiOs, and Kraft dinners and stuff like that. And then when I got married, my diet changed a little bit. But then in the last 10 years, 15 years, I tried to eat lettuce, and I could never find iceberg lettuce. I couldn't find other types of lettuce that I like. I just didn't like the taste. But believe it or not, I love this kind of lettuce. And this isn't an ad or sponsored. I just love it. I'm able to sit down and eat a bowl of this 4 or 5 times a week now. And I just take the lettuce out, wash it, throw some tomatoes in or cucumbers. My husband's brought some of those home from work. We've stopped at farmer's stands and got some of that stuff. And so now I'm up to having lettuce salads, small lettuce salads, 4 or 5 times a week. When I buy this, it's just under $6. This is just under $3. So you're getting, 9 ounces of leaf lettuce here, and you're getting 4 ounces of leaf lettuce here. So It's way cheaper than if you're going to go. I don't know if this is organic. I don't think it is, but it is non-GMO, greenhouse protected, sustainably grown. It's not grown in dirt. From what I can see when I look at the films of where this is at, it's all hydroponic, I do believe. I don't think I've ever seen any dirt in any of the places where this lettuce grows. So really happy with that. What else do we get? I don't believe you picked up any soda tonight. I don't think there's anything that my husband put in the back room, and we haven't put anything in the freezer. So that is it. Oh, I'll show you. I think one thing that I didn't. And that comes to $4.44, believe it or not. We've got some mums. So I bought 6 mums at $1.24 a piece. So they do have the mums. In our local ones, they have all the Halloween stuff, all of the fall decor. They have fall roses and hydrangea and all that kind of stuff out the front of the stores. Roses and things that I guess you plant now for next spring. So our local Walmart had all that stuff. The only thing I wanted was the mums. I'm going to put water in with some fish oil and see if I can't keep them alive until it's that time of the year. So $1.24 a piece, 6 of them. I believe that's it. I don't think there's anything else. So that was $4.44. That's our haul plus for the week of August 17th, 2023.